And now here is a recording, and this basically is going to exemplify the outstanding leadership that we have here in our amazing Care Bars team. By the way, I have the one and only Nita Nakos with us. You probably know her if you're in the industry, and just for if you've had your head in the sand for some reason, you don't know who she is. She's a stellar leader in the industry. I'll let her tell her story a little bit with what she made happen with her teams of Priska and Bob Biss, etc. In one of her answers of the questions I'm going to ask her. But without any further ado, I just wanted to say this is the Nita Nakos. Thank you for being here.
Well, it is my pleasure, Greg, and thank you for inviting me. I'm a little bit of a dinosaur. I don't use the video technology as much as I should, but for my good friend Greg, I'll do anything. But no, I appreciate it, and wow, it's a beautiful day out here in Vancouver, BC. I feel blessed to be able to work from home. I've been working from home for 18 years now on a full-time basis. Introduced to the industry in my mid 20s. I went full time when I turned 30. I'm 45 today, and $4.5 million later, all I can say is it's been a tremendous ride. Like every entrepreneur, I've had my ups and downs. But the recent partnership with Carrot Bars, in my opinion, is definitely one of the best moves that I've made. I feel, and I'll get into that, Greg, with you. But very excited to be here, and anything that I can certainly lend on this in this interview that could inspire somebody to move forward, whether it's with us or just move forward in the industry. I'll know that I've done my part.
Oh my goodness. If that doesn't say it right there, it says just get started. That shows you her heart centeredness, that she cares enough about you, whoever the viewer, whoever's watching this, that it's really not about us. And that really is, if you know a heart centered person when they're not going to get any direct gain from what it is that they're providing, but they will indirectly get it as long as you're prospering and you're happy and you are served. So that is what aligns me with Nitsa and this group. And for me personally, it was an aligning of, first of all, the company and the product. I was astounded that you're not actually buying anything, you're actually saving. So I love that. And so that nobody's actually out any money, they're actually up money. So that excited the heck out of me. But then, quite frankly, when Bob told me the literal stars that were aligning with you and Priska being aboard, that was absolutely amazing. So you just again demonstrated your stellar leadership roles. But and this originally started off with a direct message to somebody that we both knew in the industry um, to be just for that person. But now we're just going to kind of leave it open for everybody who might get a chance to see this. So if I were to ask you, you went away from a company that was nutrition, and you were one of the top leaders on that company, and you stepped away from that. Can you just kind of let me know what was the gravity? It must have been intense that you saw and felt that could actually pull you from that over here. By the way.
It was absolutely intense, and the part about it was that it was a team that I had poured my heart and soul into for 4 years. We grew an organization over 5,000 people, had a tremendous run. We took that company from about 100, doing about 100,000 a month to over $1 billion in a 4 year span. So it was a run that we'll remember forever, no question. But you know, um, I was first approached, on the subject of gold, and actually several people. I'm an intuitive person. I'm a sensitive person. I like to, when things come up in my life, I like to look at them, in a more deeper sense. And I had been involved in several conversations from people that I trust, from a financial standpoint, that said you got to get into precious metals. You got to start to, buy gold, get into gold, have 10 to 40% of your portfolio in gold. And, those conversations came up a few times over the last 6 months. And then when a friend of mine who was actually in my prior downline in that former health and nutrition company said, Neets, I want you to take a look at this. I'm with a gold company. I don't want to take you away from what you're doing, but maybe you might want to buy some gold. I thought, well, I definitely want to take a look. And it's that standard story where you try the product and you like it so much that you then want to start promoting it. So that's what happened to me. I studied this thing for about 2.5 months, Greg, before I jumped in, and it was a hard decision, because I was I'm not the person that's going to try to sneak a paycheck here and there. I wanted to make sure that I did things right, so I formally resigned my position and, you know, uh, didn't touch anybody from that downline and came here. And in 6 weeks, I basically called Bob Biss, longtime friend of mine, and Priska King, who's one of my best friends in life and has done everything with me. Those two, we partnered back up together. That was 6 weeks ago, and from three, we've now just crossed over 600 people. And I'd like to say a lot of that was really done, I use the term under the radar only because again, when you're transitioning from one into the other, it's almost, I'm the kind of person that I felt, boy, I would just love to have everybody that I love, here with me. But being a leader in this industry, there's a lot more, involved when you grow a team in a big company, right? So I didn't want to rub it in their face. Let's just put it that way. So I've been a little bit under the radar, but it's time now to go big. At 600 people, I think we're going to see this thing explode to over 1,000 in the next month, and we're just getting started.
No doubt about that. It's impressive on so many levels. I'm going to keep this under 10 minutes, and we're at 6 minutes now. So, I'm going to let the people know that, by the way, she was offered a spot way high up, and yada yada. But I do know that she won't say this, but I know that Nisa said, no, 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 no. I'm starting right where everybody else does on the base because I want to show that no favoritism was given to me, and you started from the beginning. So again, you always just you just lead by example, and we love you. So anyway, keeping this into numbers, Bob Biss, I interviewed him also, and he basically said that he has enjoyed more of a boom and a fast growth because people get this, and even the layperson, it's not an MLM, it's an affiliate thing, and it's a little bit different. So the next, I guess, 2.5 minutes, if you could kind of compress that and just show why is this different from anything else we've heard, and why can everybody do this if they decide that they want to strengthen their money and their opportunities to have a wonderful financial life. Go for it.
Absolutely. Well, we know that when we join a company, we got to take a look at a few things. Obviously the company, the stability of the company. This 4 years old, Karatbars is in the market. They have done, in my job, in my opinion, a tremendous job at laying the foundation. So, 100,000 people all over the world right now in 100 different countries. That's nothing. And yet the foundation is so strong. The alliances are in place. Alliances, for example, with the Vatican. They do business with the Vatican. They do business with the British monarchy. They do business with, the United States government, for example, and that's in these gold collector cards. But we can talk about that later. Everything is in place for this company to go to the next stage. So what I see and what I believe will happen here, based on my experience, is we'll see this thing go from 100,000 people worldwide to 1 million people very quick. That's going to represent hundreds upon hundreds of millions of dollars that will flow into the marketplace for people like us who are positioned. We got to take a look at the product. It's gold, so really no product education needed, right? People don't need to taste it. They don't need to try it. They know, and we're seeing more and more. I stay out of the political reasons behind this, honestly, Greg. But it doesn't take a rocket science to realize that we've got problems in our money system, and something's got to give. And if we just take a look, keep our ears and eyes open, we're seeing more and more in the news. We're being led to buy gold. Gold is at the forefront of almost every financial perspective that's being given by a lot of incredible people out there. So this company is in front of that wave. There's trillions of dollars right now in printed money that is circulating, and if we capture a very small percentage of that, so if more and more people are wanting to get into gold, they want to buy gold, they want to secure their assets, they have different reasons for wanting to do that. But the idea here is, as we see that transition happen, if we capture a very small percentage of those trillions of dollars that many economists are saying will become the biggest wealth transfer in history, I mean, hundreds of thousands of families are going to be very well off in this. So we've got the company, we've got product, we've got the compensation plan, which is extremely generous here. But we also have the system, and I am a big fan of systems. I always have been, because in order to grow a big team that's thriving, you've got to have a system that can be duplicated. And what we're seeing here is, with a hot message of gold and a very, very simple, really two-step system or three-step system, come in, get your package, move a gram of gold a week, and find two other people to do the same. I mean, that's all we do. That's very simple to teach people. It resonates with people right away. So we're seeing duplication happen very, very quickly. I I am amazed. Every single day there's, money in this back office, and I have no clue, Greg, where it's coming from. I am eternally grateful for it, but I have no clue where it's coming from, and I guess that could be a good thing. All I know is that the team is thriving out there, and I can only imagine where we're going to be in 90 days from now, and a year from now, and 5 years from now.
Wow. Amen. Amen. You know, you said so much there. I wanted to underline right toward the beginning of your answer. You went along the lines about the relationships they already have with the Vatican, with the British Empire. I mean, talk about global cred. I mean, really. So it's been established, and doing business in Stuttgart is one of the hardest places to do business in Germany. And there's so many, wonderful regions there, and also to do to make gold available at the gram size. This is such a perfect storm of opportunity. And again, you're like the crown jewel of helping to make this all happen by putting together this team. Because within our team that's growing so fast, this is the optimum time to get in now at the beginning of this wave, as you quite well, eloquently stated that this is the time to get started. So, any closing thoughts or words that maybe I didn't ask, or that you'd like to say that would inspire somebody to get out of their comfort zone, to take action, just to move forward? What would you say to that person?
You know, anytime you can get a free position in a structure that's moving very, very quickly while you want to do your due diligence, for example, is a smart thing to do. Um, I've shown this to 10 individuals that have made well over 5, 8, $10 million in this industry who didn't know about this company. So we always hear the good old saying that the best people haven't been recruited yet. I mean, seriously, the best people have not been recruited yet. And if you're one of them, that's listening, I certainly feel privileged to be on this end, to deliver this message to you. But all I can say is I didn't know about this company before I saw it, and when I did, I had that feeling of, is this like another one of these way too good to be true things? Every day we're turning over a stone and uncovering, something new, something, even that makes it that much more credible and that much more exciting. This is the real deal. Grab your free position, do your due diligence. Let's get on the phone. We've got direct line into the corporate offices. Harold Seitz, our CEO, his right man. Whatever we need to do to help you make, the right decision for yourself and your family. It's it. We know we're parked here for the next, hopefully, forever. So we intend to do very well here and help a lot of people, and we'd love to have you on board.
Wow. And that's wonderfully said. And I'll say, anybody who's watching this right now, if you're not ready to at least get your free position and look at this from the inside, then I recommend that you check your pulse right now. Because I doubt that you might be dead. Because I'm telling you something right now. If you have any idea what we've got here, and what just transpired, and what this wonderful leader and human being just told you, you will take heed and at least get your position, and then ask the right questions. Because if you don't, and if you at this moment, there's really isn't any other. There's nothing else out there. I mean, there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of things, but we've collectively been in this industry for 60 plus years collectively, and neither of us nor anyone in our group has ever felt this perfect storm of opportunity like this, especially with the waves of things. I don't get political about it either, but something eventually has to give too, and there's only one safe haven for that, and that's gold. And especially being available at gram sizes, There's no excuse except for you have a fear of success, and we'll help you with that too in this amazing group. So, with that, Nisa, thank you so much for your time, and I really appreciate you and everything you do.
My absolute pleasure, Greg. Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you so much.